Hello everyone, welcome to today's analysis of the NQ and a little bit of the ES. It is Monday, the 3rd? 4th of November. And let's take a look at some price action. We have elections tomorrow. Today is going to be a very short video. There's a chance I won't do a video tomorrow. I kind of just want to let the markets display their initial reaction to whatever the hell happens. I feel like it might be a bit of a futile situation to do TA while the elections are kind of looming over. But first, I'm going to look at some levels today that are a bit bigger. I'm going to put Friday into context. And we'll see if those levels give reactions maybe after elections. I don't know how big volatility spikes we're going to get with the elections. I have no idea. But I am going to just bring our focus to what levels we have available to get hit. So let's start on the 1 hour on the NQ. So on Friday we had a push up. I said that mitigation of this fair value gap in a retracement is possible. And I said that whatever move pushes us up and gets closes high into this area, there is a chance that we come back up for this RTH gap, which was the source of this flush down that we got. Looking at this area for short, I'm interested in this area for a short if we get what I'm looking for around there. So we had a push up. We've built a lot of liquidity below us. We're building a lot. This low on the S&P, I like it less. I like it less on the S&P. Now we did get an SMT here actually on Sydney's Open. Things are going to get maybe a bit difficult to say, but we're at the lows in the S&P. If we kind of pull a W here, we could get a reversal up to this point, but we are sitting right above a lot of like big flat lows here as well, and there is reason. Well, there are things below us on the NQ as well that they could target. Right. So, what am I looking for today? Well, today I'm just going to take a few scalps. I'm just going to play the UK session. I have a few ideas of what they could do. So I'm going to take this as a temporary change of character. For now, we have bullish pulls taking over. I think our bullish pulls here are better to take trades off. But if they decide that they want to just bring it down and take these lows, because of the situation we're in macro-wise, like, they can do that. They can switch it, they can change it around here, and some consistent bearish breaks structure in here could jeopardize this area, because of the liquidity that's been taken on this push up has all been internal. It's all been kind of internal higher lows. This kind of change of character I'm a bit iffy on. Just because of what it did is, it came in, mitigated this fair value gap, then we had a little bearish change internally, and now we've not an extremely convincing bullish change of character here, but there is a chance that they could range it inside here, swipe up and down, maybe take this liquidity up here, right? So whatever trades I do take, they're going to be very reserved targets. They're going to be very local pulls, just because I know that the market's going to be setting up for tomorrow. We had an SMT here, which is interesting. I'm going to share. I'm going to count this as a change of character, but this structure that the Asian session built, it's a bit iffy as well in my eyes. There is liquidity down here, but there is a chance that they leave it. There is a chance that they leave it and just spend their time inside here. We've really opened this wide now, so I'm just going to see what price does. Get a few scalps maybe today. What's above us? We have a nice point of control here of this consolidation. We could get some, if we did come up here, eventually we could get some bearish reactions. Maybe some scalps, but we are right above this liquidity pool, or right below this liquidity pool. If enough volatility comes in, they could just say to hell with it and swipe up and swing fail. These two highs and fill the gap, right? So this is a point of control here, but you know, there is a chance that they just send it up and short squeeze this area, which would be nice if they swing failed this. It would be an interesting move. I feel like we could get a nice short into structure there and see what takes over. We would still have a bearish precedent in play here, so I think it would be a nice little short if they did. But you got to remember that we tapped into a higher liquidity pool around here. I just don't know I don't know how strong these lows are. I don't really know how strong these lows are. I don't know if they're going to keep breaking structure up and up and up and up and leave this low. They could, but I don't know. I feel like this order block down here, because it was so barely tapped, they could fill up in here before pushing it up. Because this is the start of the pull, like they have all of this area to play with. And as I said, we do have liquidity forming in the form of these ascending lows. For now, I'm going to take it that we have some internal bullish momentum. Whether that momentum just gets cut short, I don't know. We're in a bit of a tricky area for larger pulls. We're kind of in between two bigger pulls. And there's a chance that just elections makes it break one side or the other. Yeah. Coming into the UK session, which is opening in about 45 minutes. What do we have? On the NQ, we have a stack liquidity here, which to me seems like something they could swing fail more so than taking it as a break of structure. I feel like if we came up in here, made some, if we squeezed here and made some bearish structure, I would take a little short into structure depending on what we do coming up to it. We're at the Tokyo close, or we just had it. This is for now a bullish pull, but it's not built on the strongest foundation. Though the fact that this was an SMT is notable. So the ES has taken liquidity internally down here. I like what the ES is doing internally here more than the NQ. I like what this could mean. I feel like there is a bullish pull here that could lead to some longs today, depending. But this bullish pull is valid. Even though when it does break down, I don't know if any of these are going to last, honestly. Okay, so we have Sydney's low, which has done a job, right? It's not the strongest job, but it's done a job. We have inducement on these flat highs here. So yeah, short from those highs would be kind of cool. We've left China's high as well. A lot of liquidity here. See, that's a lot of liquidity. And if we swing failed these highs strong enough, you know, that would be this internal bearish change of character still being in play until we come into local demand, which would be around this Asian area and Sydney's initial balance. But whether, you know, if we came into this area around US, I don't think this is going to last at all. So it depends when we come into this bullish pull, in my opinion. Yeah, they could do a lot of tricky stuff. So this change of character down here, I mean, it has taken liquidity, but internally, but it's part of this greater one. This greater one still has to prove itself. To me, the liquidity it's been taken has all been internal. I would have liked to seen one of these lows getting tapped, which I feel like they might leave. In the form of Sydney's low as well. Like they could swing fail a lot of these. So because of this situation that we're in, I feel like I'm just going to I'm not going to prioritize any side of the range. They've widened this range a lot. And we do have bearish pulls internally, so that bearish pull could take over and lead us to breaking it. Yeah, it's a bit tricky. Looking at the ES, it's in a very similar situation as the NQ, obviously. It's done the same kind of things. There was absorption at the lows. We did a lot of recovery of the vector areas. It's looking very similar to the NQ. It has kind of more damning liquidity below it. But the way they've manufactured this liquidity, they could induce it more. Because it internally, like it took a lot of liquidity internally here. It was very cheeky, flat lows. Yeah. For bigger pushes up into structure, I'd like to see these lows getting taken. And it's kind of the same for the NQ. We have reasons to swipe down, and they could swipe down very, very quickly and get bought up very quickly, and it would be a nice thing to see if we wanted to see some kind of bullish push into this structure here, right? This drop was very fast, and it's left a lot of just kind of open liquidity. But the first pocket and the first pull to deal with is around here, around Sydney's opening, or Sydney's initial balance from last Thursday. This is definitely an area. There's a volume gap here. Coming up to here quickly and swing failing it would be a nice bearish sign. So that's going to be kind of it. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to play internal structure. We have an RTH gap around here. They could just hang around there until US. Yeah, I'm going to be very selective with my pulls. I think taking this liquidity and getting strong bearish signs here would be interesting. Would I call this like a breakaway gap of, I don't know, it's a bit ugly. It's a bit ugly, this. Could they find support around here and then keep pushing it up deeper into this imbalance? Sure, they could. Will I be shorting the second I see China's high being taken? Probably not. But we do have catalysts around here for a pullback. Kind of maintaining, I don't know what they do around here, but coming into here, we could get a very controlled pullback into this demand area. And if they're okay with this SMT being in effect, even these round bottom lows could get ignored for a bigger short squeeze or something like that. But that would probably be US, and US is a bit unpredictable. So I'm going to trade UK. I'm going to see what timing models they fit into. For now, the Tokyo close didn't give me a convincing enough change of character for me to think that we're immediately bullish coming into UK. If anything, it looks like we want to come into internal structure. We have 1 or 2 liquidity points that could be taken. If UK very quickly takes this liquidity here, or maybe this one, and gets a bullish reaction off of this zone, then that could be enough for them. Like, it could be. Yeah. But yeah, it's. I'm just gonna wait for the elections to be done, honestly. Yeah. All right. Peace, guys. Happy trading. It's a bit shorter today, a bit quicker. Anything I say could be absolutely demolished tomorrow, right? So I think the more important ones to have in your mind are these kind of hourly levels. See what reactions we get from them. And I don't know, like, we could just range in here for the elections as well. Like, I don't know what kind of volatility elections bring. If it's big structure breaking volatility, or if it's just like a load of nothing, or I don't know. So we'll just have to see what kind of wicks we get and where they hit. Let's see, does money flow tell us anything? We'll look at money flow and then that'll be it. We did get continuation signs with waves. Money flow is still rather thick. Bit difficult. It looks like it might want a short squeeze. Like, they can do that. They could short squeeze. They could short squeeze. Coming into this area, I'd like to see a very significant wave for me to think about longing deeper into higher structure. Yeah, I would like to see a very significant wave coming into here and then pushing up for me to think about them coming up. So I'm just going to play internal. I'm just going to play internally. Might even take many trades at all today. We'll see. All right. Peace, guys. Happy trading, and we'll catch you on Wednesday. I'll probably just do kind of retrospective analysis on the PA that the elections give. I probably won't do any TA before the elections. I think it's going to be a bit futile. So we'll catch you then. All right, bye.